Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
And through the investigation, they determined that a crime had been committed, a homicide.
We've been following the story of a woman killed at Seven Hills Homeless Center in Fayetteville. Thank you so much for joining us here at 5 News Online. I'm Tiffany Lee. One man has been arrested in connection with this murder. 33-year-old Michael Thomas is facing charges of second-degree murder. A police report says the murder was caught on video, depicting Thomas standing over the woman's body and covering her in a blanket. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams has more on the investigation.
Fayetteville police have identified the victim as 37-year-old Sonia Corbin. First responders found her Saturday evening unresponsive in a warming tent at Seven Hills.
They started to do life-saving measures, but unfortunately she was pronounced deceased. Now the Patrol Division requested the assistance of the Criminal Investigation Division, so they dispatched detectives to the location. And through the investigation, they determined that a crime had been committed, a homicide.
Sergeant Stephen Mock says evidence on the scene helped find 33-year-old Michael Thomas at a campsite just off the Town Branch Trail on Sunday.
During the course of the interview process, the suspect made statements that corroborated the physical evidence located at the scene.
Seven Hills CEO Becky Sisson says Seven Hills Day Center was closed at the time of the murder. While Seven Hills does have security cameras, Sisson says they don't have security guards.
To have it happen on your location, hours that you're not open, when you're closed, makes it even harder. I think it brings it really close to home.
Sisson says based on the security footage, Thomas was using drugs before he killed Corbin.
The two factors that you're going to find is that mental health, and then of course there's a self-medication, and that self-medication becomes drug addiction.
While police say they're still investigating a motive, Sisson says that Thomas and Corbin would frequently hang out at the day center.
Well, that's the thing that's so hard with substance abuse. You have no idea, but sometimes whenever we make decisions like that and we do use, it causes us to do things that we normally wouldn't do.
Sisson says she's worried for her staff and for their guests as they're all experiencing the loss.
You know, everyone knew what had happened over the weekend. That network of community travels faster sometimes than the news finding out. There's always some sort of guilt. Did you do enough? And what could you have done differently? But our staff comes in every single day with the goal to help people.
Staff at New Beginnings tell 5 News that Sonia was a resident in their bridge housing program. The nonprofit plans to have a memorial soon to remember her life. Jail records show that Thomas is being held on a $750,000 bond. He's due to appear in court on Wednesday. Meanwhile, police are investigating a robbery at King Tobacco Smoke Shop in Fort Smith. Police say these 3 masked people walked into the smoke shop on North Greenwood Avenue, one with a gun, and they left with money and items from the store. If you know anything about these 3 people or the robbery, you're asked to call Fort Smith Police. And before we get to other news of the day, let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Zach Scott.
Hey, Tiffany, what a beautiful day to check in on, right? Hey, forecast looking amazing. We've been warming up last couple of days. We're in the upper 60s, up to 70 degrees, warmest spots in northwest Arkansas. Sunshine, light breeze out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 60s to around 70 degrees. That's a good forecast for late February. 60s, 50s heading into the evening, looking nice. We're warmer in the river valley, sunshine, light winds as well. Temperatures going to be more into those low 70s. Should see more widespread low 70s today, up to around 73. A beautiful evening as well. We'll continue the warm trend through Wednesday. Some cooler air comes in to close out the work week, but we'll quickly rebound through the 70s for next weekend.
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, daycare costs are skyrocketing, and it's causing many families to answer tough questions and come up with creative solutions. A new report from the Economic Policy Institute shows that infant care in Arkansas can cost almost as much per year as tuition at a 4-year college. Infant care is averaging to almost $7,000 a year, or almost $5,500 if you have a 4-year-old child. It's leading many families across the state and country to make tough decisions about child care.
I know a lot of people quit their jobs to stay at home, especially if they're going to have more. I mean, right now it's pay groceries or pay daycare. We would definitely have to miss out on different opportunities, like vacation probably wouldn't happen.
According to the Department of Health and Human Services, child care is affordable if it costs less than 7% of a family's income. Less than 1 in 5 families in Arkansas hit that threshold. And in other news this morning, a program started in barbershops promoting conversations about mental health. It's spreading across the country. And get this, it's already here in Fayetteville. The Confess Project of America is a national awareness movement. The University of Arkansas Black Graduates Association partnered with the project for a special Beyond the Shop training at the public library. The training focused on community guardians like teachers and coaches, showing them how to talk about mental health. Lorenzo Lewis, the founder, says he recognized a need within the Black community when he was facing a difficult time in his life.
Growing up in my aunt's beauty salon, seeing her as a leader there that was doing hair and interacting with the community, I reimagined how mental health could be a revolution by putting it in the hands of everyday people that can make a difference.
Lewis says that he founded the project in Little Rock in 2016. Now it is in over 50 cities with 4,000 barbers and stylists trained. Today marks our first ever Talent Tuesday. It's a weekly segment that we're bringing to 5 News this morning to showcase talent right here in 5 Country. For our first Talent Tuesday, we want to introduce you to James Wesley Harris. This is him. He's 79 years old, a Navy veteran and a 1962 graduate of Van Buren High School. James started playing the guitar at 12 years old and tries to play a little bit every day. Take a listen. His playing can't help but put a smile on your face. James tells us that his skills are mostly self-taught, and he bought his first guitar for $29. He's played in churches, nursing homes, and tries to play a little bit at home every day. James, we want to thank you for sharing your talent with us and for being the first ever person to be featured on our new Talent Tuesday segment. And we want to hear from you to see if you think you've got what it takes to be featured on 5 News this morning for our next Talent Tuesday. All you have to do is text us the number on your screen, 479-785-5000. Thank you so much for joining us at 5 News Online for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Tiffany Lee. Have a great day.